Hello there. Welcome to Cineplot Recap. Today we are going to go through the classic Japanese movie, Tokyo Story. Tokyo Story is a classic Japanese film directed by Yasujiro Ozu, released in 1953. It's widely considered one of the greatest films ever made. The film follows an elderly couple, Shikichi and Tommy Hirayama, as they journey from their small hometown to Tokyo to visit their adult children. What unfolds is a quietly devastating exploration of generational disconnect and the subtle erosion of familial bonds over time. Ozu's distinctive style, marked by a minimalist narrative, deliberate pacing, and a static, almost meditative camera approach, allows the simple story to resonate with profound emotional depth and universal appeal. Please sit back, relax, and let us walk you through the movie Tokyo Story. In the coastal town of Onamichi, morning arrives slowly. The sun filters gently through the shoji screens of a modest wooden home, where the air is thick with quiet preparation. Shikichi Hirayama, an aging man with calm eyes and a hint of fatigue on his face, sits beside his wife Tommy, a soft-spoken woman whose expressions speak more than her words ever could. Their youngest daughter Kyoko, a schoolteacher still living at home. The conversation is minimal, the mood unhurried. Today is the day the elderly couple will leave for Tokyo to visit their adult children. An event long anticipated, but now shaded with the realities of aging. They pack simple belongings. The two old souls begin their journey. The ride is long, their bodies tired, but there's a quiet hopefulness in Tommy's smile and the way Shikichi looks out the window, lost in thoughts of children he barely knows anymore. When they arrive in Tokyo, their eldest son Koichi, a busy neighborhood doctor, greets them at the station. He is polite but distracted. At home, Koichi's wife Fumiko welcomes them. Their young sons play in the background, but the space feels cramped, not only physically but emotionally. The grandparents settle in, but they quickly sense they are guests whose presence is more tolerated than cherished. The next day, the couple visits their daughter Shige, who runs a bustling beauty salon. She too seems busy, perhaps more so than her brother. Her voice is louder, more impatient, and her manner more transactional. She chats with customers while making perfunctory conversation with her parents, always looking past them. She suggests that they take a trip to the seaside town of Atami to rest at a hot spring. Her words are framed as kindness, but underneath lies a subtle displacement. It becomes clear that hosting them is an inconvenience. In contrast, when they visit Noriko, the widow of their second son killed during the war, the mood changes. Noriko lives in a modest, cramped apartment, works long hours, and yet she welcomes them with warmth and sincerity. She offers them food, speaks to them with patience, and shows genuine concern. Her grief for her late husband lingers, but she carries it with dignity. Tommy sees in Noriko not only a loving daughter-in-law, but also a woman who has become more of a daughter than her own. Soon the couple is sent to Atami. They arrive at the resort surrounded by noise, laughter, and chatter from younger, lively guests. The spa's cheerfulness contrasts harshly with their fatigue. They sit on the veranda and gaze at the sea, but their expressions are distant, their minds elsewhere. That night, Tommy complains of a headache and they both realize they are out of place, not only in the spa but in the lives of their children. Without notifying anyone, they quietly return to Tokyo. That night, Tommy stays with Noriko while Shikichi, unsure of where to go, visits some old friends from his civil service days. Over drinks, they reminisce, lamenting the mediocrity of their children and the quiet disappointments of life. Shikichi, normally mild and restrained, becomes drunk. His speech slurs, his bitterness seeps out. "My children have grown selfish," he mutters. "Not like we were." Meanwhile, Tommy and Noriko share a moment of soft intimacy. Tommy gently broaches the topic of Noriko remarrying. She encourages her to find happiness again, to move on. Noriko smiles, but her smile is tense, filled with inner conflict. She thanks Tommy and offers her a warm futon. In the silence that follows, the bond between the two women deepens, a rare unspoken understanding. The next morning, the couple prepares to return home to Onamichi. Their children offer brief farewells. Koichi apologizes for being so busy. Shige is hurried. Back in Onamichi, days pass quietly until Tommy suddenly falls ill. Her health declines rapidly. One by one, the children return, this time not to host but to witness. They gather in the family home. Tommy lies weak, barely conscious. The children sit around her, awkward and subdued. Shikichi says little. The camera lingers not on the death, but on the hush of the room, the stillness of her final breath. Tommy dies at dawn. The funeral is swift, sparsely emotional. There is little mourning, only routine. Only Kyoko, the youngest, and Noriko, the daughter-in-law, truly grieve. They sit together in the kitchen, Kyoko voicing what the film has been quietly suggesting all along. "Isn't it awful?" she says. "How selfish children become?" Noriko prepares to leave. She speaks with Shikichi in private. He tells her that she was the only one who showed real kindness to Tommy. His voice trembles as he hands her a small keepsake, Tommy's watch. Noriko, overcome with emotion, cries. It is the first time in the film that someone weeps without restraint. She apologizes, wipes her tears, and walks away. Left alone, Shikichi sits on the porch, staring into the distance. The camera holds the shot, him framed against the sea, the wind brushing past. Life moves on. The neighbors chatter, the boats come and go, but inside the house something is missing. Tokyo Story ends not with confrontation, revelation, or redemption, but with quiet resignation. Yasujiro Ozu paints a portrait of aging not as tragedy, but as inevitability. The film does not scold the younger generation, nor does it glorify the past. It simply observes life in motion, families in drift, love quietly given and often quietly overlooked. In the gentle cadence of its scenes, we see the passing of time. In Shikichi's stillness, we see grief not as wailing but as silence. In Noriko's tears, we see that love sometimes comes not from obligation, but from empathy. And in Tommy's final gaze, we see the acceptance of a mother who expects little and gives all. Tokyo Story is not just a film about parents and children. It is a meditation on the smallness of human lives against the tide of time, and a reminder that the greatest stories are sometimes told in whispers, not shouts. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell us what you think about the movie. Got a favorite film you want us to cover next? Let us know. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button and share it with your friends who love movies too. And don't miss out. Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you're the first to catch our next recap. Thanks for watching Cineplot Recap. See you in the next one.